We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Today is May 3rd, and it is a Saturday, which means all 30 teams today play in the MLB, and we've picked our 5 best bets for this huge slate of games. And before we get into it, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Later today, we will have our NBA playoff predictions and best bets. One game today, Game 7, between the Los Angeles Clippers and the Denver Nuggets. All I'm saying is yesterday, we did have the plus 200 something dogs, the Houston Rockets, to win that game outright. I'm just saying. Anyways, make sure to go check out that video later today on the channel and on Greedo Plays MMA. Tonight is UFC Des Moines, Corey Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo in the main event, so make sure to go check out that video on Greedo Plays MMA. That is linked in the description down below. On to the first of our 5 best bets for today. We kick things off with our first money line play. At 12:07, we have got the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Toronto Blue Jays, and I'm going with the Blue Jays to win the game outright. Toronto's on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Red Sox in back-to-back games, and then Cleveland in the first of this 3-game set yesterday, and now obviously we're taking them yet again. The one thing, and I'm going to get this out of the way before we talk in depth about this game, the one spot I am a little bit concerned about this game is with Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams has pitched once in his career against the Toronto Blue Jays. He went 7 innings. He gave up 1 hit in those 7 innings. A little bit concerned. It was a 3-1 victory last year for the Guardians. I believe it was last year. And yes, Gavin Williams went 7 innings and only gave up 1 hit. He gave up 0 runs. I don't think the Blue Jays performed that poorly against Gavin Williams in back-to-back games. I don't think that's, again, Gavin Williams just owns Toronto. He's got ownage on this team. I just think it's one of those rare games, and I doubt it repeats itself here today. So I got that out the way. Gavin Williams has been nothing special this season, right? He had a good start against this team last year, but so far this year, Gavin Williams, dare I say, has been abysmal. He has not been good. ERA of 5.14 so far this year. His last start was on Monday against the Minnesota Twins. He goes 2 innings in that game, 7 hits on 4 runs, or 4 runs on 7 hits. Again, a bad loss in that game for the Guards. They ended up losing that one 11-1. Prior to that, a decent start against the Yankees, but then a start against the Orioles where he goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs. He's been very inconsistent. Gavin Williams is going to walk a lot of guys as well. Hell, his first start of the year against the Angels, he goes 3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. He's not going to give you the best out there. And compared to Kevin Gausman, who hasn't been special this season, right? I mean, he's coming off a start where he wasn't very good either against the New York Yankees, and I get it. That's a very good baseball team. That's a team that's going to put up runs. They're going to put base runners on. But Kevin Gausman in that game against the Yankees in the Bronx goes 2 2/3, 3 hits, 6 runs, and 5 walks. So again, we're going to have to hopefully limit that here today. Gausman started off the season all right, though. I thought his first 3 starts of the year weren't bad. Start against the Mets, 5 1/3, gives up 3 runs. Not horrible, no strikeouts, but it is what it is. Only 2 walks in that game. His next start's by far his best start of the year in Boston in a 2-1 victory for the Jays. Gausman goes 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 0 walks, and 10 strikeouts. And after that, a decent start against the Braves. Actually, a good start against the Braves. 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, 6 Ks. The thing is, back-to-back starts coming out of that haven't been great in Houston and in New York. But Gausman hasn't got to pitch at home since that Braves game. Gausman's pitched once at home all year long. And we know, hey, CB Buckner's not behind the dish anymore for this game. He was the, behind the plate umpire yesterday, and I saw a viral clip. I don't know if it went viral, but Max Scherzer making fun of CB Buckner every time he'd miss a call. Scherzer was pretending like he'd flip a coin, and then, this time's a strike. This time it's a ball. Just found it funny. I hope Max Scherzer again can get healthy and start pitching again. Regardless, though, I think Gausman's going to be better after the ejection in the Yankees game last time around. I think he should be fine. And yesterday, a good victory for the Jays, right? The same thing we've been saying about the Guardians still remains. We felt good about them earlier in the week against the Twins and the one time that we had them, obviously, because Minnesota is dog crap this year. But the same problems with the Guardians still remain. They have no consistent hitters on this team other than obviously Steven Kwan and Jose Ramirez. Besides that, there's no one on this team I can point to you and say, oh, okay, we can rely on him to get a base knock, right? Like, for as much as I like Big Christmas, Joaquin Noel hit a home run for us the other day. The guy's batting 177. Nolan Jones has been in and out of the lineup. He's not spectacular. Lane Thomas has struggled mightily this year. He's not even an everyday player anymore, right? This Guardians team struggles to put guys on base. They struggle to string together hits, and they struggle to drive in runs as well. I like what the Jays have a lot more. I mean, we can talk about George Springer, who's been playing phenomenal baseball this season, and then Bichette and Guerrero, who've been great too. I mean, on paper, the Jays just have the better lineup, and sure, the Guardians pitching and timely hitting, I will say, gets them through games, and that's the reason they're 4 games over 500 right now compared to the Jays 16-16. But I like Toronto. They're at home. I think that we win the pitching matchup tonight, and I think the bats for the Blue Jays are just better as well, and I don't think Gavin Williams repeats what he did last season. I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays to win this game at home in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. We're taking Jays money line for the first bet of the day, -135. Sign me up for Toronto. Second best bet of the day, we move now to our Nerfy of the day. Let's go to Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. There's probably going to be a whopping, 4,000 people there today if we're lucky. The Miami Marlins take on the Sacramento Athletics. The pitching matchup, and really that's what matters today, Osvaldo Bido and Max Meyer. I don't know if we could have asked for a better pitching matchup for a Nerfy, right? We hit our Nerfy yesterday, by the way, with Robbie Ray and Antonio Senzatella with the Rockies-Giants game. We go to the other NorCal baseball team here with the Athletics. Yesterday, the Nerfy hit, right? No runs scored in the first inning off of the debuting Gunnar Hoglund for the A's yesterday, and Belozo is pitching for Miami. But regardless, Max Meyer, I mean, I don't need to tell you how good this guy is. His last start wasn't very good against the Mariners. That's why his ERA is at 3. If you take away that Mariners start, this guy's got a sub-2 ERA on the season. Mayer is really good. I think, again, that's just a rarity that happened in that start against the Mariners. I think he's going to be much better tonight. And you look at the matchups he's going to see, some talented bats. I'm not going to deny that. There are very talented bats at the top of the A's lineup. I'm looking at Jacob Wilson, who's batting .320. Tyler Soderstrom, who's still, again, one of the leading home run hitters in all of baseball right now, batting .280. Brent Rooker, right? We did see no Lawrence Butler yesterday. Expect him to be back, right? Shea Langoliers has got pop. I understand that. But I really like the swing and miss stuff out of Max Meyer. I think he's going to get a lot of bite on a lot of these pitches for the Athletics. And they're coming off of nothing against, by the way, Valentino Belozo. I think it's a huge contrast in pitching styles between Meyer and Belozo. I think the A's are going to have problems, especially adjusting right out the gates against a guy with Meyer who's got great bite on his stuff. He's a big strikeout guy. He's got the 6th most strikeouts in all of Major League Baseball right now with 47, 1.2 whip. The guy's been very good this year. And on the flip side, we look at the Athletics pitcher tonight in Osvaldo Bido. Okay, I don't want to say Bido's the best guy for the A's because he's not, right? I mean, he's serviceable, though. The A's pitching staff's done a decent job recently. I thought about picking the money line for this game for the Athletics because we were just getting it at good odds. Yes, Miami does have their best pitcher on the mound, but they haven't won a game in about a week now, and I was thinking, if we get good odds for the A's, I might take it, and we do. It's, I think, plus 100, plus 105, give or take, for the Athletics, but I decided against it just because, again, I don't know what Osvaldo Bido is going to be the second or potentially third time around the order, right? Bido hasn't gone into the 6th inning, past the 6th inning of any game so far this year. And if you take away that Rangers start, Bido's actually been really good, right? The Rangers start was horrible. It was in Sacramento. He goes 5 1/3, gives up 8 runs on 8 hits, 4 homers, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Of course, that's the one game all year where we've played the Athletics with Osvaldo Bido on the mound. It was ridiculous. Anyways, though, Bido had a decent last start, right, against the Chicago White Sox last Sunday. Goes 5 1/3, 5 hits, 1 run. I mean, that's really all you can ask for out of a guy like Bido. And Bido is really good early in games, too. And there's one guy I'm scared of in this Marlins lineup, and one man alone, and really no one else. It is just Agustin Ramirez. Ramirez has cooled down, but still that guy hits the ball very hard. The exit velo is crazy, and he is a tough out. Yes, there's guys like Xavier Edwards, Cade Stowers, Wagman, who's bounced back, but he had 3 hits yesterday. He's due for some regression. But I think Bido's going to get through it, right? Once we get beyond those top 4 guys, though, in this Marlins lineup, my goodness, they're bad, right? So if we can just get, an Xavier Edwards out, potentially a Cade Stowers out, and then say, Ramirez and even like Wagman, say like Ramirez gets on with a single, Wagman gets on with a single, we get 1st and 3rd, then what, Mervis or Norby's in the 5? Like, this Marlins lineup, they're already not that great. Again, I will give them credit for the young talent at the top of the order, especially Agustin Ramirez, who might win NL Rookie of the Year. I feel like that's a 3-horse race right now between him, Dylan Cruz, and Roki Sasaki. Regardless, though, if we get past those top 4 guys and the Marlins still haven't scored, Bido should be extremely fine. I really think so. Again, if we take away that one start against the Rangers, Beato's been good this year. Yes, he'll give up hits, but he'll limit the damage, right? I mean, Beato, other than that Rangers start, hasn't given up more than 2 runs in a start all year long. So I don't feel bad about this at all. I think Beato's going to do a job here for us, and I think he's going to get us the 3 outs. Same can be said about Max Meyer. It's the more difficult matchup, obviously, in terms of, the hitters that Meyer is going to see, but he's the better pitcher between the two, and I think, again, he should be able to find his way through this Athletics lineup at least a couple times, I think, today, and I think he's going to limit the damage in the first inning. I expect Meyer to go, no runs scored in the first inning, and I expect Osvaldo Bido to do the exact same thing. We're taking the Nerfy today in Miami. Osvaldo Bido, Max Meyer for the Athletics and the Miami Marlins. Let's move on to our third best bet of the day, and we go to the bank. Philadelphia Phillies versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Give me the Diamondbacks, a rematch of the 2023 National League Championship Series. I like Arizona. The Diamondbacks lost yesterday to the Phillies. It was a 3-2 victory for Philadelphia. That's great. These are the two teams, I guess, in the final spots, competing for the final spot of the NL wild card. And yes, we're only 32 games in the season. But anyways, right, that's the brink game right now, I guess, of the NL playoffs. I'm taking the D-backs today, and I'm taking the D-backs because of the pitching matchup. That's really the only reason why I'm going here today. Brandon Pfaadt versus Aaron Nola. I feel much more confident in Brandon Pfaadt pitching in this game than I do Aaron Nola. Nola's coming off by far his best outing of the year on Sunday Night Baseball against the Chicago Cubs. Of course, we had the Cubs in that game. It is what it is. Nola goes 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run in that game. I don't think Aaron Nola's back. I think that was just a one-off. Because Chicago, again, it was an odd one, right? The Cubs have been a good hitting team all year long, right? We know how good that squad is with Kyle Tucker, with PCA, and Aaron Nola did, dice up that lineup for 7 innings. I doubt that's going to happen again, personally. Or at least I don't think that's going to happen in back-to-back starts, especially against a good Diamondbacks lineup, and a Diamondbacks lineup, right, that has re-added Ketel Marte into the order. And they're just that much more dangerous with Marte back. Obviously, again, Marte was back yesterday. He goes 1 for 4, and I get the Diamondbacks lost. But now there's, they don't got to bat Tim Tawa in the 1 now, right? Or in the 2 behind Corbin Carroll. There is support for Carroll in this lineup, right? Marte, Carroll, they're batting Grichuk in the 3. Suarez in the 4, who kind of just feels like he's home run or bust in a lot of at-bats. Then you got Josh Naylor in the 5, Gabby Moreno. I mean, there's guys. Alec Thomas can do his thing sometimes. But again, this team is so much better now with Ketel Marte back in the fold. And the pitching matchup tonight just favors the Diamondbacks with Brandon Pfaadt. Pfaadt this season is 5-1 in his starts, 2.71 ERA. Every start in the month of April that he had, the Diamondbacks did win. He's coming off a start against the Diamondbacks where he did give up 9 hits, but limited the damage, only 2 runs in that game. And again, 2.78 ERA. Fought every game he pitched in April. The D-backs won. A 6-4 win over the Nationals. A 9-0 win over the Orioles. A 6-2 victory over the Miami Marlins. A 5-1 victory over the Tampa Bay Rays. And a 6-4 victory over the Atlanta Braves, right? Thought's been really good. And when I look at these two teams and I look at Aaron Nola, right? Look at everything Nola did prior to that Cubs game against the Mets. He goes 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs. Giant start, 5 1/3, 9 hits, 7 runs, right? The walks are up too, 4 walks in back-to-back starts, right? He just hasn't been that good this season. And I look at this Diamondbacks lineup. Yes, I don't know if this is the right term to use because, this is a basketball expression, but I'll use it here. They're a volume hitting team, right? When this team's really getting going and the lineup's hot, they're dangerous. You know what the answer backs can do. Hell, they were the team that had the 10-run inning this year at Wrigley Field. They ended up losing that game. But anyways, right? The answer backs are for real, right? So I think if they get a decent outing out of Pfaadt today and they are able to give him some run support, I think they should be able to hit on Aaron Nola today. And I look at this Phillies lineup. I'm still not sold. I know, again, they're 4 games over right now. They're heating up. I get that. And maybe they are a playoff team. Maybe they are, okay? I'll give them credit there. They're not still all that impressive. Kyle Schwarber's elite, right? I'm really hoping Kyle Schwarber ends up on my favorite team after this season because he is going to be a free agent. That guy, again, will barely touch the baseball, and it's going to fly into the seats. Bryce Harper's still batting in the 230s. I would not expect that to remain the case for very long. I expect Harper to be batting around 290 by the end of the year, or at least even by the All-Star break. That's just what that guy does. Trey Turner's been better. I get that. But the Phillies are kind of due for another bad game. And I think, again, with the pitching matchup tonight, I think Pfaadt's going to dominate. And I just don't think Aaron Nola is very good in the big 2025, right? Bounce back start in his last one, but all around, Nola hasn't looked that great. He did technically pitch to a no decision in Chicago, so Nola is still 0-5 this season, and I think he's going to pick up that 6th loss. I'm going with the Arizona Diamondbacks here in the returning Ketel Marte plus Corbin Carroll and company to pick up the victory here in the bank. Again, the big determining factor for me in this game is the pitching matchup, and I like Brandon Pfaadt a lot more than I like Aaron Nola this year. Give me Pfaadt and the D-backs to win this game. We get it at plus money as well, plus 105 give or take for the Arizona Diamondbacks on the road at Citizens Bank Park against the Philadelphia Phillies. We move on to our 4th best bet of the video, and we go to our Washington Nationals best bet of the day, and we're going back to the player prop because I can't trust this team to win a baseball game right now. Real quick, there's a chance this game gets rained out. I doubt it. I'm looking at the weather forecast for Cincinnati, right? They had to delay yesterday's game a couple hours. They got it in, though. And I think they're going to get today's game in as well. The original start time as of now is 3:40 p.m. or 5:40 out there over in Cincinnati. Don't expect this game to start until about 7:30 local time, honestly. So expect this game to get on the West Coast to start at about, say like 6-ish, 5:40-ish. 5:40 is probably a better estimation, or 5:30. Just because, again, the rain probably doesn't start until about, I think, 7 o'clock local time in Cincinnati. So expect this game to get pushed back a little bit, but I think they're going to get the game in. I don't think they want to go back-to-back tomorrow, and it's supposed to rain again tomorrow, right? So I think they're going to try to get this game in. They're going to find that 3-hour window where it doesn't rain later in the night. So just expect this to be a later game today. Anyways, we're going CJ Abrams on the over hits, runs, and RBI. Abrams, coming off the injury, has been excellent, right? He's batting over 280 now, or give or take around 280. Abrams is that good, right? Yesterday, the Nationals really struggled with Hunter Green. They couldn't hit that fastball. They couldn't hit the slider for anything. CJ Abrams was one of the guys, though, who was able to hit off a Hunter Green, lined one right back up the middle, and it hit Green. Obviously, Abrams beat the throw out. Now, he didn't go over this line yesterday of hits, runs, and RBI just because the Nationals weren't able to piece anything else together yesterday. Now, in all fairness, Abrams got himself out at third in the 8th inning. Nats down 5. They got runners on first and second with 1 out. Nathaniel Lowe's the batter, right? So Abrams gets on. I think Abrams walked, if I'm not mistaken. Wood is on. They got first and second, 1 out. And yet they try to steal Abrams from second to third when you're down by 5 runs. I think that's a CJ Abrams thing. Now, they did review it, and I thought Abrams was safe personally, but it is what it is. They still ruled him out. They didn't overturn the call. Why are you stealing? I think that was just CJ doing that. I'm going to be honest. Like, again, I give Davey a lot of crap. I actually think that was just CJ. I hope Davey didn't send him. Regardless, though, what I was getting to there is that CJ Abrams probably would have scored yesterday. So he probably would have hit this line. The day before that against the Phillies, right, he was the one who got the rally going in the 6th inning for the Nationals with the leadoff double. Then he got driven in from second base as well, so he did hit the hits, runs, and RBI in that game. And Abrams has just been so good coming off of the injury, right? I mean, prior to the injury, Abrams, I think, was batting around 220. He's come back now, and he's got the average up to 280. The guy's electric in the leadoff spot. And again, that's another thing. It's an added bonus with this play. We get CJ Abrams in the leadoff spot, so we are going to get as many at-bats as possible today. Now, in terms of the Nats winning, I don't feel confident at all. I would hope they can. Pitching matchup is Nick Lodolo. Not the really soft throwing lefty like we've seen in the past for the Nats, against the Nats, but it's a lefty they should be able to hit. Abrams, I actually really like CJ against left-handed pitching. He sees it really well. And it's a very winnable game for the Nats. However, Trevor Williams is pitching, and his 86-mile-an-hour fastball. What are we doing? Sell the team, Mark Lerner. I'm so, guys, and this is something too, okay? So the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network, MASN, is the home of the Washington Nationals, right? You never hear their announce team ever criticizing anything that's going on with the Washington Nationals organization. Today may have been the first day I've ever heard that. Bob Carpenter, I love, by the way, I'm a huge Bob Carpenter fan. He's retiring after this year, but the play-by-play guy, Bob Carpenter, said when they were flashing a graphic about Ian Desmond, Bob says, "It struck me. What's up with this whole 7-year thing with all these guys? And then obviously they're talking about Ian Desmond. And Desmond says, it's called free agency, Bob. Right, Desmond was in the booth today replacing Kevin Franson just for the series. I guarantee you, by the way, Ian Desmond's never going to get a call back to work for MASN ever again after this series. But the thing is, again, it's important, and I'm glad Bob and Desmond are talking about it. It's a problem. Our players never stay past 7 years. And guys, I'm just saying right now, the same cycle might repeat itself with Wood, Cruz, Abrams, and Gore. The only guy we've ever paid is Strasburg, and of course he got injured, carpal tunnel, UCL injury, whatever. That's the only guy we paid. We watched Trey Turner, we watched Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Tony, Anthony Rendon, it is what it is. We watched all those guys walk out the door. The only guy we've ever paid is Strauss, and then we gave Keibert Ruiz a contract. And guys, Keibert Ruiz, my goodness, the workload on that guy right now. We are doing to him what we did to Wilson Ramos back in 2017, playing every single game. He's going to be dead by mid-season. I want to say playoffs, but this team's not going anywhere. Anyways, though, right? Mark Lerner. Spend some money. I saw that the Lerner family might be broke now. Sell the team. Sell it. I just let Mike Rizzo actually, sign some players, re-sign our guys. But I thought it was very interesting. Again, Bob and Desmond talked about it because, again, Masson never criticizes the Nationals at all. And sure, again, Masson is no longer going to be the home of the Nationals past this season. I believe Masson's just folding, I don't know. I know they're losing the O's and the Nats, but I found it very interesting that Bob said that. Obviously, Bob doesn't care. He's retiring after this year, and I don't think Ian Desmond really cares about his long-term standing with the Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. But I just found that really interesting, and it just goes to show, again, what the hell is going on with the Nationals. So it's a mess. What can I say? But anyways, today we're going C.J. Abrams again, a guy I hope they lock up eventually over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Final best bet of the night, we go to our daily player prop of the day. Daily player prop, our best player prop of the day. It's going to be Patrick Corbin over on 4.5 strikeouts. This might seem like a joke to you, but no, I'm dead ass. Okay, we're 0-1 on Patrick Corbin props this year. I understand. Okay, whatever. We had him in his first start this year in Chicago, and he gave us a big goose egg on the strikeouts at Wrigley Field. Okay, since then, though, the Rangers have been decent with Corbin. His second start against the Angels, he goes 5 1/3. That's the game he became Spider-Man. He goes 5 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 hit, 1 run. Next start against the A's, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Doesn't get it there, but he bounces back in his next start against the Athletics. 4 2/3 only, but still picks up 5 Ks. All right, we can work with that out of Patrick Corbin. And on top of that, he's facing the Seattle Mariners, a team that is known for their lack of hitting. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, didn't the Mariners blow this team out yesterday? Oh, they did. The Mariners won 13-1. The Mariners have caught fire. They're the top team right now in the American League West. It's not going to stay that way. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. The Mariners, though, have 17. They had 17 hits yesterday. They won 13-1. Jorge Polanco's in the MVP race. He's batting .387. Guys, the Seattle Mariners are 100% due for regression. This will not happen in back-to-back games. I will be damned if this repeats itself, okay? I will be absolutely damned if this happens again. I'll be damned. I expect Patrick Corbin to get some strikeouts in this game. I'm looking at J.P. Crawford, right? Lefty. I'm looking at Julio, who, yes, has been better. Hit a home run yesterday, but I'm looking for him to strike out. Cal Raleigh, who had 5 RBI yesterday, yeah. Regression game. I'm expecting Patrick Corbin to strike him out. Rowdy Tellez, if he's in the lineup, swing and a miss. Give me Corbin on the slider, lefty. Give me Corbin on that, that curveball that kind of, does have a lot of movement. Fastball is what it is at this point in his career, but Corbin can really work the zone, and dare I say Patrick Corbin's better than Trevor Williams. Something I didn't think I was going to be saying this year. I think Patrick Corbin's a much more serviceable guy than Trevor, but the thing is, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, in the offseason, I would have laughed if I, would have actually thought about saying, Corbin's actually kind of better than some of our starters right now in DC. I think this is just Jim Hickey's fault. I think he's just not a competent pitching coach. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm so sick of what's going on in DC, man. It's just like nothing ever changes. We're just mediocre till the end of time. And like, can we start winning, please? Man. Anyways, though, yeah, I think Corbin gets this line. It's over 4.5. He's hit this in 50% of his games so far. It is what it is. But my biggest thing here is the Mariners struck out 3 times yesterday. So in 27 outs, 3 of them were strikeouts. I highly doubt that repeats itself. I haven't watched the Mariners. I don't watch them closely, but I pay attention to the Mariners quite a bit. I have a good friend that's a huge Mariners fan, so I kind of try to keep it, I try to kind of stay close to the Mariners at times. That was a horrible way of wording that, but regardless, right? And I know this team, again, is an abysmal hitting group. They've been much better this season so far, but knowing the Mariners, yes, they are going to fall off a cliff eventually. And I'm not saying, again, they're just going to completely go to crap right now, but I think there is going to be a one-game step back, right? I know Cal Raleigh's a big strikeout guy. Randy Arozarena, who swings for the fences every single pitch, and sometimes it'll work, right? Like, I think yesterday Randy went yard, if I'm not mistaken. No, he didn't, but still, Randy went 1 for 3, right? I mean, these guys are going to strike out. JB Crawford's going to strike out. Julio's going to strike out. Cal Raleigh. Yes, Jorge Polanco has been amazing this year. He's been excellent, but there are guys with big strikeout possibilities for the Mariners in their lineup every single day. And for the Rangers, too, it's like, okay, you got embarrassed. I get it, your lineup sucks, and that's not even, like, any part of the discussion for today. We had Semien on the hits, runs, and RBI yesterday, and obviously that did not go our way. He's just not very good, I guess, anymore. And sure, Brian Wu did go 6 1/3 with 1 hit and 8 Ks, but at some point for the Rangers, like, all right, where's the self-respect at? You were projected to win this division this year, and obviously you still can, but what's going on? You're 16-17. You're not very good. You're losing 13-1 to the Mariners. You're getting out-hit 17-3. Show some self-respect and show up today, and that starts again with their southpaw on the mound, the former World Series champ in 2019, Patrick Corbin. Let's get it done over 4.5 strikeouts for Patty Ice. So, folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for May 3rd. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets, and later today for our Game 7 prediction between the Nuggets and the Clippers. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.